Oh, hi, everybody. I'm just making a cake here. I thought it would be really delicious to surprise Steph with.
Britt, what are you doing?
I'm baking a cake.
Without any facial protection?
Oh my gosh, I didn't even
Britt,
think
these
about
are sensitive times.
Oh,
Here, I
okay.
got your mask. I'll wear mine. You wear
Okay.
yours. There you go.
Okay, just getting that. Oh, there's some holes in this.
Yeah, I thought it was really important because, I can't breathe very well in them and I can't hear you very well when you wear one.
Oh, yeah.
So this way we can all hear
now
each
I
other.
can breathe. I can
That's
breathe
great.
a lot better without a mask on.
Whew.
Actually.
So you're baking a cake.
Yeah, I just am
What kind of
adding.
cake?
It's actually vanilla, so I'm just gonna add a little bit of this.
Maybe a little bit
soda.
more. I think you should do a little bit more.
More baking soda?
Yeah.
I think
just dump the whole thing in.
I put.
You don't know. Just dump it all in.
Steph, do you know what I do for work?
This, making these cool videos with me?
I mean, I do make these cool videos, but I also am a baker.
Oh.
Yeah. So actually, if I would have added more baking soda, like you told me to, I would have got a bubbly explosion.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bake Rice Krispie squares.
Yeah, it's okay that you didn't know.
Yeah.
You know what? Actually, this reminds me of a great story.
Oh.
It
like a
is
story.
Matthew 26, verse 6 to 13. All right. Now, when Jesus was at Bethany in the house of Simon the leper, a woman came up to him with a flask of very expensive ointment, and she poured it on his head as he reclined at the table. And when the disciples saw it, they were saying, "Why this waste? For this could have been sold for a large sum and given to the poor." But Jesus, aware of this, said to them, "Why do you trouble the woman? For she has done a beautiful thing for me. For you will always have the poor with you, but you will not always have me. In pouring this ointment on my body, she has done it to prepare me for burial. Truly I say to you, wherever this gospel is proclaimed in the whole world, what she has done will also be told in the memory of her."
Great story.
So what she was doing was she was doing this out of revelation for Jesus. She wanted to honor him. The disciples saw this and thought, what is she doing? They didn't understand. Because sometimes the eyes of our head aren't always the eyes of our heart, which is our
Spirit.
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 You got it.
Spirit.
That's awesome. Yeah, so they were really confused. But you know what? Jesus saw her heart and knew that she was doing it to honor them. And she wanted to do it because she loved him, even though the disciples didn't understand.
You know what, Britt? I think that's happened sometimes, when my kids were younger.
Yeah.
They used to spend all this time and create these beautiful pictures for me. But I'm not going to lie, when they were really, really little and they were making these beautiful pictures, I didn't know what they were sometimes. So sometimes, and I'd be like, oh, well, what is it? And then be like, oh, it's a dog or something. Be like, oh, well, maybe we could make that tail longer. Or we could, because I didn't understand.
Totally.
I didn't have the vision.
You didn't
I didn't
see
see
it.
it. But what they did was they had their whole heart in this picture, and I was kind of picking it apart. Just like maybe these disciples were picking this poor lady apart because they didn't understand her heart towards what she was doing and trying to honor Jesus.
You're right.
And so maybe I shouldn't have done that. Maybe I should, they were great pictures.
It's okay. Sometimes that things don't make sense in the natural, make sense to us in our hearts. And Jesus sees that and understands, even though some people might not get it.
That's true.
Yeah. So you know that we can always know that no matter what people say to us about doing something, if our hearts are in the right place and Jesus is telling us to do so, we can do it confidently.
Oh, yeah. I
Yeah.
guess that kind of includes loving others, huh?
Absolutely. You know what? This reminds me of our memory verse this week.
What is it?
It is Matthew 22, verse 37. Love the Lord your God with all your heart, all your soul, and all your mind. This is the first and most important commandment. And the second, love your neighbor as you love yourself.
That can be hard sometimes, Britt.
That can definitely be hard.
I mean, not to hold a grudge or anything, but remember that time you hit me with the Nerf guns? And then the ball?
I
and you
do
knocked me
remember
over?
that. I'm
Yeah.
so sorry.
But I remember, I because I love you, you're my friend, I was able to forgive you and we got past that. But man, it would be hard sometimes, Britt, I think, to do that with somebody you didn't know.
Yeah, that would definitely be hard.
Yeah, I think that there are things happening in our world today where people aren't really treating each other the way they should. We're not showing love towards others, maybe because they're different from us, maybe they believe something different, so people are fighting and people aren't getting along.
Exactly.
And I think that makes God's heart really sad.
I think it makes him very sad.
Yeah, because it says right there in our memory verse this week that we're to love God with all of our heart.
Yeah.
And part of loving God is, he says right there, love others, your neighbors, which is everyone around us, whether we know them or we don't know them.
Yes.
As we love ourselves.
It's true.
And I guess we're not really showing love when we're kind of nitpicking at each other and not forgiving and getting angry and treating each other poorly. So I think that's a great story. I think we have to remember the heart of that lady who poured that expensive ointment on Jesus, how she blessed him. And your memory verse is amazing. Yeah, we need to remember that we love God with all of us, and a way we love God and we can demonstrate God's love is by loving others.
Oh, what a great story.
I love your story. Good job.
I think I should finish up this
Okay.
cake today.
I'm excited for the cake.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
I'll bring it to you later. Oh, this is all wrong. Okay, this is my nose. There's my mouth. Can't see. It's okay. Oh, bye guys. Achoo! Oh, wow. I'm glad I have this mask. It protects all the sneeze guard.